Hey guys, I'm going to be doing my February TBR. So to start it off, I will be finishing Mr. Splitfoot by Samantha Hunt. I talked about this in my January wrap-up, so if you want to hear more, you can go ahead and check it out there. I'll hopefully be finishing this very soon. And next I want to get to And Again by Jessica Chiarella. I will be buddy reading this with Joss over at Squibbles Reads. And this is a sci-fi book about people who are very sick and ill, and they get offered to be a part of this program where they can actually get new bodies to replace their old ones that were sick or damaged. So I'm really interested in it. It seems like it's going to be dealing with a lot of issues and just be really fascinating read, so I can't wait to get to that one. Then I will be doing a large buddy read with quite a few booktubers of the Book of Strange New Things by Michelle Faber. I've heard nothing but great things about this. I cannot wait to pick it up. It is about a man who ends up going to another planet to try to spread religious values. And I think not only is it about religion and it's a sci-fi story, but it's also about the story of a marriage, and it just sounds really beautiful, and I cannot wait to pick it up. It's going to be a great book to discuss, and I just think this book is so beautiful. It has gilded edges, and yeah, it's just stunning, so I'm very excited for that. Next up, I will also be buddy reading The Accidental by Ali Smith, and there are quite a few people in that buddy read as well. I've been wanting to read Ali Smith for ages. I've heard nothing but wonderful things about her, and I cannot wait to give it a try. The Accidental is about a family who's on vacation, and this girl shows up and she convinces every member of the family that she is friends with one of the other family members, so they just end up letting her stay with them. So it sounds really quirky and different, and I know Ali Smith's writing style is just fabulous, so I'm really excited to get started on that. I will also be doing a buddy read with Chelsea over at The Reading Outlaw, and we will be reading The Readers of the Broken Wheel Recommend by Katarina Bivald, and this has been compared to The Storied Life of A.J. Thickery, which is one of my favorite books. It is about two young girls who have a correspondence. One is a bookshop owner, and they write letters to one another, and they decide that they're going to get together and hang out and see each other in person. So when one of the girls goes to meet the other one, she actually gets there for the other girl's funeral. So she never even gets to meet her, but she ends up staying in this small town and opening a bookshop. So it sounds really beautiful and inspiring, and I love books about books, so I think I'm just really gonna love this one. I also really want to get to Fishnet by Kristin, and this was sent to me by Freight Books for a review, and I've heard such good things about this. I cannot wait to pick it up. It says 20-year-old Rona Leonard walks out of her sister Fiona's flat and disappears. 6 years on, worn down by a tedious job, childcare, and the aching absence in her life, Fiona's mundane existence is blown apart by the revelation that before she disappeared, Rona had been working as a prostitute. Driven to discover the truth, Fiona embarks on an obsessive quest to investigate the sex industry. As she's drawn into a complex world, Fiona makes shocking discoveries that challenge everything she believed and will ultimately change her life forever. Sounds like a very powerful read. A lot of my friends have loved it, so I'm ready to dive into this one. Then I also will be buddy reading, lots of buddy reads this month. I'll also be buddy reading My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante, which I've heard great things about as well. It seems like everyone is talking about her and raving about her writing style, so I don't even know what it's about, but I know it's, I believe it's part of a trilogy, and I know Max just read it at Walden Books and he really liked it, and I love everything that he reads, so I'm really excited to get into it and to talk about it with a lot of my friends. Hey guys, I didn't realize that my camera actually died halfway through my February TBR, so this is why I look different and the lighting's probably different and everything, but I'm just gonna add this last part of my TBR on. It's gonna be two totally different videos, so I hope that's okay. So the first book I want to talk about on this part is the book that I picked for my BookTube Recommends project, which also got deleted unfortunately, and that was Burial Rites by Hannah Kent, and this was recommended by Yamini over at A Skeptical Reader, and I will link her channel down below. This is about the last person that was executed in Iceland, and it was a woman who was accused of murdering a man, and she goes to live with a religious family, I believe, until her execution is carried out, and it follows kind of their relationship and whether she's actually guilty or not. I've heard really great things about it. I cannot wait to pick it up. It sounds really dark, and I think it's going to be a really good read. So these next three books are new releases that I checked out from my library, so I really want to get to them before they have to go back. The first one is American Housewife, Short Stories by Helen Ellis. This is a beautiful little book. I love it. It's so cute. I might have to buy my own copy. It says, meet the women of American Housewife. They wear lipstick, pearls, and sunscreen even when it's cloudy. They casserole, they pinwheel, they pump the salad spinner like it's a CPR dummy, and then they kill a party crasher, carefully stepping around the body to pull cookies out of the oven. These 12 irresistible stories take us from a haunted pre-war Manhattan apartment building to the unique initiation ritual of a book club. Like, there's a good mix of stories all about women. Some are dark, some are funny, and I just can't wait to get to this one. Next up is The Merman by Carl-Johan Vallgren, and I heard about this on the Book Riot podcast. I can't remember which one it was, but they had mentioned it as a really great magical realism story. And this is translated from Swedish by Ellen Flynn, and the publisher is Pegasus Books. It's a really beautiful, beautiful book. I would definitely buy this one if I end up loving it. It is about a sister and brother that live in a small town, and the sister starts to notice that her little brother is sneaking off to their boathouse or shed or something, and him and his friends are staying in there for a long time, so she decides to follow them, and she goes inside and sees that they have captured a merman, and they are torturing him and keeping him captive. And I think that the sister and the merman actually build a relationship, and it just sounds super fascinating. I love magical realism, so hoping to get to this one very, very soon. The last book on my February TBR is Eleanor by Jason Gurley, and this was one of my most anticipated releases for this year. It is about twin girls who one of them passes away and the other one who is left behind is really struggling with that loss, and she ends up finding a portal into another world, and it just sounds really dark and interesting, magical realism once again, and this cover is just absolutely stunning. So I'm hoping that the inside of the book is just as beautiful as the outside. So please let me know if you guys have read any of these books, if you're interested in them or you want to pick them up or you're adding them to your TBR. I'd love to talk about it. And I hope you guys are all having a really good beginning to February, and I hope that everyone has a wonderful month, and I can't wait to get chatting to all of you. And until then, happy reading, guys.